Good, how are you?
Surviving. Lokesh.
First time which I will just will explain what.
First time to this building.
This building. Because Amala
Good, how are you?
Surviving. Lokesh.
first time which I will just will explain what.
First time to this building.
This building, exactly. This building.
I'm sorry to say again first time.
No, this building.
Namaskaram. Hey, good afternoon. My apologies for being late today. I'm never late. I got. Boss, how are you? Politics, if you're not busy, let me share with you. I get questions. I had it this morning. I think I should be in the last one. He's kind enough to grant me more time.
Good afternoon. It is with great pride and with lot of great happiness we talk about what we are going to do today and welcoming all the guests. It is very momentous occasion for several reasons. It is third time our Honorable Minister Garu is visiting Sri City. So that is a that also is coming all the way from the most coveted temple in India, Tirumala. So he's bringing all the blessings from there, Lord Venkateswara, to here for this education institution. Thank you, sir. We are so lucky for that. And not only that, though some of you remember or know, you have seen all the banners. We had the great fortune of Honorable Chief Minister Garu, Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu, staying here last night. First time a Chief Minister ever stayed in Sri City. As you all know, Sri City is only 18-year-old. And we have come to a point where we have hosted the head of the state in this place. That is a proud moment for us. And it is followed up by son's visit here. As you all know, Lokesh Garu's relationship with Honorable Chief Minister Garu. And who else? Such a dynamic leader. And we are very privileged, sir, to have you here to launch this Sri City International University. This is also third university in Sri City, incidentally, third university. So first two universities were launched by Honorable Vice President Venkaiah Naidu Garu. It so happened both of them are when he was there. One, Kriya University, we have Kriya University people here. It was launched in Delhi in his office as Vice President. And the IIIT was launched in Renugunta along with IIT, SAISA. So it is a privilege for you to be here, and we are proud of you as a young and dynamic leader for this young university, because this is what is going to be future. So anyway, when we talk about it, and also it is a proud moment, sir. Today we have almost about 30 plus people represent Japanese companies, 20 plus from the Korean companies, and few others from various other, as you know, 31 countries. So I want to welcome all of you for this great occasion, and very rare to see. I know I explained to them why you were late, but even after 2 hours of delay, not even a single person, 1 hour, sorry, 1 hour, but we told them.
I'm just checking whether I got my schedule. 2 hours.
1 hour. No, none of them even wanted to leave from here. So that is the kind of commitment they had. And I also want to thank various people who have come from our Sri City Educational Foundation, Sri City Board of Governors and members from US to other places. Welcome to you all. Since we are already late, I want to stop here and then play a small video to launch, and we can proceed with the proceedings. Once again, thank you all. And first time in the Sri City history also, all our family members also are here. First time we have all of them visiting Sri City. Srini, we have the videos there, so we don't have to move. Please play the video. Yeah.
This is Sri City, 10,000 acres planned as per international standards as a work, live, learn, play urban smart city. Sri City is home to over 200 companies from over 30 countries on one campus. Alstom, Daikin, Blue Star, Carrier, Havells, Isuzu, Kobelco, TVS, FMCG majors like Cadbury's, Kellogg, Pepsi, Lavazza, Everton Tea, Tata Foods. And Sri City is already a place of learning. Indian Institute of Information Technology, Kriya University, Accord International School, Chinmaya Vidyalaya that already call it home. And now, a new kind of institution is rising. One built to bring working and learning together. At the very heart of Sri City International University, a philanthropic initiative of a distinguished group of technocrats and entrepreneurs. A university built with a vision of making every graduate employable and a mission that students learn by doing. We call it the Work-Study Dual Model. The curriculum is co-designed with the industry that hires and taught by people building real products for the world. Here, academia and industry are no longer two worlds. they are one. Its founding members are part of some of India's most iconic new age universities. From the very first year, every student works in a real internship with a real industry partner. And those internships are paid. Stipends starting from 10,000 rupees a month or more by the industry partners. So a good education stays within reach for a student and their family. Fellowships covering full tuition are offered to qualified students. Collateral-free bank loans are made available to the needy students. Here, AI is part of teaching, learning, and working. By learning how to learn, how to solve problems, how to communicate, how to adopt, a student stays relevant with the evolving AI-driven world. And by learning how to build something of your own, the spirit of entrepreneurship. That entrepreneurial spirit already has a home. Station S, our startup studio. We opened it in 2025 before our very first students arrived. Because entrepreneurship should begin alongside education, not after it. In a single year, it has seeded more startups than many universities do in a decade. Across technology, design, food, precision manufacturing, services, and retail. From an idea to a team, to capital, to a product in the market. But there is more to SIU than work and study. Already, there is life all around. Kayaking on the lake, cycling, cricket, yoga, meditation, evenings around a bonfire. This is only the beginning. 101 things to do are on their way. As Sri City grows into a safe, futuristic, urban smart city with room for every kind of life. This is our vision. To build a Bharat where every student is ready for work and employable. This is Sri City International University. Welcome to a new beginning.
Now I request our chairman, Srinivas Garu, to say a few words. Before I ask him to talk, I think some of you know our relationship goes back to our college days. So he's my partner, friend, philosopher, family member, everything. So whatever we do together for last 40 plus years, 86 onwards, 86, 40 years. So it is a coincidence that exactly in 40 years we are doing this initiative. We met in the university, at Utah State University first time, and we continue our journey. So all my businesses we do together. So this is what probably, hopefully this is the last business we do together. So since we are coming to the retirement stage. So this is a great moment as a college friend to invite here to say a few words about this whole genesis, why Sri City International University, and in front of all the near and dear ones. So why I'm telling is this, the great opportunity, the strength of Sri City is here. Now the backbone of our Rayalaseema, this thing. These are the people who created 75,000 jobs, and almost the Honorable CM Garu wants to make it 150,000, 1.5 lakhs. So these are the people who have to produce that. So in front of them.
I write it down and put it as my KPI for you.
Sir, sure, sir. We have our MLA Garu, our JC Garu. If they all extend the support, yes, we will deliver in next 3 years. The remaining, we are going at that speed.
The tower is already spoken. Repeaters have no work. The tower is clear. So
Yeah. And the way it is happening, thanks to you, that LG deal we have got, after that Daikin, each one are getting bigger and bigger. Anyway, we will be visiting. So certainly, sir, we will certainly do that. We will achieve that number. Thank you. Srini, all of us.
A very good morning to all of you. A truly, literally warm welcome to all of you. And my pranam to all my Japanese friends and Korean friends. So you must be thinking why there are so many universities. Sri City itself has 2 of them. Why one more? That comes to mind very often to the people. I'll just take just few minutes only just to explain, the genesis of it. We have people after 12th class, they look for jobs, and most of you look for them, something like an ITI or a diploma. You don't need degree holders, you don't need PhD people and all this. So when we already have that, then why something else? So we are addressing primarily those who seek a degree. So what is the reason? The reason is that they want to go to university, get a degree. Today's crisis is that you see from many studies and all that reports publishing, over 50% of the graduates in India are not employable. That means they do not have the required skills that the various industry that are looking for. They spend 3 years for a 3-year degree or a 4-year degree, come out of it, then you say, what do you know? They just give a blank face to you, then you spend 3 to 6 months training them. That means from age 18 to 22, the productivity is disappearing. And that's the most productive age for anybody, isn't it? The people are with a lot of energy. But the outcome is not there, because they just go through some courses, get a degree and all of them, and you have to restart again with giving skills. That's the issue. And these people in India today are 10 million students come out every year from 12th class onwards. 10 million people come out. About 5% of them go to these top universities like IIT, NIT, and IIM and all of them. We don't need to focus on them because they'll do well anyway. They're the top 5% of this country. And I keep giving this example saying that a metallurgical engineer from an IIT becomes CEO of Google. There is no connection between them, but they do it because they have the capability. Similarly, I say the only Turing Award winner from India was a civil engineer from Gindi Engineering College, Professor Raj Reddy. You will see his video coming out today. He's the only Indian origin person ever to win a Turing Award, which is basically a Nobel Prize of the computer science. So these 95% other people, 5% go to all these top universities. They require mentoring. They require hand-holding. There are many studies published. One of them is Benjamin Bloom, who published a study saying that the people, if you do proper guidance, hand-holding, a C-grade person can be improved up to an A-grade. An A-grade person, if you give the hand-holding and guidance, they can become a AA, AAA, whatever it is, kind of thing. The studies have proven it. The problem has been that we do not have either the mindset or the resources to focus on these 9.5 million people, large numbers. So they just go to this college, that college, kind of thing. They try to do their best. Unfortunately, because India also has a tremendous shortage. We have 1.4 billion people, but we don't have enough faculty. There are 40,000 positions vacant in the university system alone, okay, for different reasons. I'm not getting into it. So our motivation is that why somebody should spend 4 years and then come to you and say, then you have to train them for another 3 months, 6 months, years. So we wanted to change that. We looked for what are the models that are available in the world. Singapore does something, work integrated program. India also has something. Germany has been doing it in a program called, DH, Duale Hochschule. And this is my friend somewhere here, Venu, he did a PhD from that place, so he took us there to. Then in Canada also something has happened. In the US, Northeastern University. Programs have been coming around, but not very, I would say, structured way. Germany has been doing very structured way for the last 40 plus years. So then we said, the German program was that 1 quarter they are in the university, 2nd quarter they are in the industry, and they go back again, in alternate quarters. But when I talk to the industry, our Indian industry, saying that they say, no, for 3 months, sorry, we can't keep them. Then we say, what is that we can do? They say about 9 months, continuously they stay. That means we have modified the work study program to suit the Indian industry. This is all being done. Yes, we want to help the young population this thing, but to suit your requirement. And this will only work if you say that, yes, we want to work with you, kind of thing. Yes, we have encouragement from the government. The government said, let's make it as an example to the country and all of them. So all of us together here, we have come forward Very often you say that we also named it as Sri City International. Well, Sri City is there, Sri City is giving the land and all of this is a philanthropy-driven institution. Nobody owns it. The supporters of this, there are few of them will come on the video. They're all sitting here, much of the people there. So we will be soliciting support from tens and hundreds of people who will together will do this. So we did do few of them like an ISB, IIIT kind of thing. So this is one such thing. There are 2 universities already in Sri City set up in this model. One is Kriya University is a great example. But the Kriya University looks at the talent at a different level. It's a arts and sciences kind of thing. So they look at the cream of the thing, the 5% which I was talking about. They don't look at the 95%. We look at the other part of it. And IIIT is also a partnership between Government of India, state government, and Sri City together. We 3 of us came together and started. It's a public university, technically considered Government of India university, but it's a PPP based. There's a third one, which is again in the same lines of Kriya University, which is where the philanthropic money coming from different places kind of thing, but it will focus on the work study model. And the model, once we do it, we make it successful, then it's going to go to the world. I take 1 more minute. So CM Garu said that it's fine, you're trying to make these people, the young people employable. So we guarantee employability, I want to tell you. I take the old Mr. Jack Welch saying, he says, I cannot guarantee employment, but I guarantee employability. That's what he used to say in GE. That's what we will be doing here. Because we don't create jobs. We create some, but jobs come from you. So, but when you say there is a job, this person will have the required skills. You will not say, well, I have a job, but I don't have people kind of thing. Okay? So that gap will be built. So the CM Garu said that, the Honorable CM, it's okay, fine, you're getting these people employable, but somebody has to create employment also. So then he said, start now, an incubation center, an entrepreneurship center. We started it last year. The first academic year is starting now. The last year itself, we started the incubation center. It's called Station S. When you're driving into the Sri City, you see it on the left side of it, kind of thing. We have already incubated about 10 companies. So there are, and this is done by the same students. You'll be surprised to know it's not by somebody, who has done various things there. On the way out, we are going to show to the Honorable Minister, just while going out, the 4 of them, they're waiting there. Young girls, 18 years, because we wanted to see if it works or not. So we brought 2 cohorts of the people. One of them is 25 people of 18-year-old children. Gave them 2 quarters of our kind of education that I talk about. Today they build what they call full stack web development. I've shown it to my friend who actually heads many big corporations in the world. He said, man, I can't believe it. So that's what it is. So it's doable, we are very confident. So side by side, as we are making our younger children into very employable people, and also creating an environment, people to start the new startups and various things. And the third one, which we've not done yet, we'll develop an innovation center where, all these industries want to build a next generation product or something like that. So today it happens in Japan, in Korea, in China kind of thing. We will have the same facilities here. In few years to come, I want to assure you that today you're all manufacturing here. Your design doesn't happen here. It happens either in Japan or in Bangalore or in Chennai or Hyderabad. We want those things also to happen here. We will get any resources that you want. They will be available here in Sri City. We want to assure you that in few years' time, you don't have to go anywhere else. All the way from a PhD student to the technical resources that you want, they'll be made available in Sri City. I thank you all for being here. Sorry if we got delayed a little bit here today for for unavoidable situation. But, I want to come back to you, the industry partners, and seek your guidance and your help, kind of thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sini. Now maybe it is the appropriate time to play the Professor Rajareddy's video. Just those of you who are not familiar with him, his village is very close by here. He's part of Sri City. He was an advisor for Sri City, and he taught at Carnegie Mellon and Stanford. He's the civil engineer that Srini, that is why I'm about to building up. So more importantly, he is the guru for our Honorable Minister Garu. He's at Carnegie Mellon. So what else may be more appropriate than listening his message to the university? And he was also instrumental for us to get IIIT. IIIT, he was instrumental in getting us in those days. IIIT, he's the first one called us and told this new program is going to come, apply for it, and he was behind us to make sure. And IIIT Hyderabad was the mentor for our IIIT Sri City, so long association, and we want to play Professor Raj Reddy's video, and incidentally is related to me also. So one more.
We met the
Small
farmers,
audience from here.
and all of them actually supported.
Okay, fine. This is also
they
important
wanted the
since they
SEZ
played.
to
I
come.
don't want
They wanted
Mr.
this
G.K.
area to
Pillai
be
Garu,
developed. I
who was
asked
the
them, I
Commerce
said-
Secretary. It is only one. So he first. Okay, fine. You want to play or? Okay. Professor G.K. Pillai Garu was the Commerce Secretary who gave us the permission to be the Special Economic Zone, and he was also Home Secretary. And he recently visited to celebrate the success of SEZ policies. They said this Sri City's example, and he recollected what happened when he met the farmers at that time. So I think the mistake they played, but it's appropriate. Maybe you can, how this whole genesis for Sri City makes sense. Please, it is incidental, but play it. Thank you.
We met the farmers, and all of them actually supported. They wanted the SEZ to come. They wanted this area to be developed. I asked them, I said, as Commerce Secretary, I said, what do you want government to do? Anything that we can do for you? And they all said, please establish an English-speaking school. And I was impressed because I said, here are farmers who are in this backward region. In one sense, the forward-looking farmers who are seeing the promise that education can bring to all the people around this area. And I saw that impact, that they are seeing the future.
Good morning. I'm delighted to have this opportunity to participate in the launching of Sri City International University. SIU is starting with the ambitious goal of transforming education to be relevant in the 21st century. The model of learning by doing, the work-study paradigm of SIU, can become the template for future education in all institutions. Much of what is being taught in schools and universities today is largely outdated. In an AI-enabled world, facts, figures, mathematics, and sciences are readily available from an AI assistant. It is more important to teach and learn the skills of learning to learn and learning to think critically and learning by doing. I sincerely hope that the SIU model will become a template for all educational institutions in the future in providing skills relevant for humanity to successfully navigate and survive in the AI-intensive 21st century. God bless and Jai Hind.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my friends. As we embark on this game-changing journey at the Sri City International University, it might be worthwhile to put some perspective on our journey. Each one of us faces some of the biggest technological disruptions in this world of AI and machine learning as they become more and more embedded in our lives. That's a fact. Our job and our journey would be when we have created all the right skills to make each one of you not only a success, but also a change maker in society. And what would they be? Number one, an ability and a willingness to continuously learn, and therefore learning how to learn. Learning the art and the science of learning, and learning how continuous learning makes a huge difference to your lives. Number two, what performance standards do you set for yourself? And how do those performance standards define you? How could we keep improving those performance standards? In other words, the art and science of setting your own standards. Number 3, how do you engage with people? How do you engage with them to get the best out of them as you want to get the best out of your own journey? So the art and science of learning how to interact, motivate, and bring people on board. If we do these 3 things well, our journey would be a resounding success, and you would be change makers in tomorrow's society. God bless.
Namaste and greetings from Silicon Valley, California. It's my privilege to congratulate Sri City International University on the launch of this pioneering institution. As chair of the Global Advisory Committee, I'm proud to be part of a vision that I believe will redefine the future of higher education. The world is changing at an unprecedented pace. Tomorrow's graduates will need more than knowledge. They will need real-world work experience, critical thinking, innovation, and the ability to solve complex problems. Education must seamlessly integrate learning with working. At the same time, artificial intelligence is no longer just another subject. AI literacy is becoming as fundamental as reading, writing, mathematics, and communication. Every student, regardless of discipline, must learn to work alongside AI to succeed in the future. I firmly believe the universities that will shape the next century are those that integrate learning, working, and AI. Sri City International University is taking that pioneering first step, and I hope this model inspires many more universities across India and around the world to prepare millions of students for the future. My heartfelt congratulations to the leadership, faculty, industry partners, and the inaugural class. I wish Sri City International University every success in building the leaders of tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Maybe time now to hear from one more Silicon Valley resident and who is here with us, who is also on the board of Sri City International University Global Advisory Board, Mr. Praveen Akkiraju Garu. And some of you who are already familiar with artificial intelligence, you might have already seen his profile. He's a Harvard alumnus, Harvard graduate, and Anthropic. His fund has invested in Anthropic, which is one of the leading AI company. So maybe time to hear from you. And more, he's also a big disciple of Lord Balaji and also Sabarimala Ayyappa. So that is another great thing you bring to this. Why you're telling about the spiritual side is the success for the blessings. Thank you.
Thank you, Ravi Garu, and thank you for this opportunity to say a few words. I think we're living in interesting times. Humanity has always been about innovation. Since a million years ago, we first harnessed fire and energy to where we spread education through the printing press, to the steam engines that powered the industrial age. We are now in the age of AI. Humanity is all about constant evolution. Our innate sense of curiosity, the need to experiment, the need to learn, essentially what drives this. Now, along with innovation and disruption comes opportunities and challenges, right? We created this modern world through the innovation of the steam engine. At the same time, the same industrial revolution created significant amount of disruption, as it is going to be now with the age of AI. So in this age of disruption, the concept of educating and preparing the next generation to be successful is a noble mission. It's a mission that obviously motivates a lot of people here, all the way from the Honorable Chief Minister, the Honorable Minister, to the founders of Sri City, and those of us who are fortunate enough to have this opportunity. Because this mission of education and this mission of being able to prepare that next generation for AI is the most exciting opportunity that we have. Because AI is, think of yourself as now walking around with an Einstein in your pocket. At the same time, this Einstein is also a child. It's temperamental. So I would contend that in the age of AI, human skills are more important than ever. And what we endeavor to create at Sri City International University is a student that is able to harness the power of AI by applying their human skills. And the only way we as humanity learn is by doing. That is the best way for us to learn. It's the only way for us to learn. And so to have this opportunity to bring together this set of students, to allow them to be able to experience and apply their knowledge right out of the gate is essentially what is so exciting about this opportunity. As Srini Rajagaru said, we have tons of universities. There is no dearth of amazing, excellent universities that teach, including the best universities. When a student comes out, that process of integrating into the real world is the most challenging. Today, when you see the job opportunities, you hear this notion of there are no jobs or jobs are being destroyed by AI. I will tell you from my own experience with my own companies that we cannot find enough people to fill these jobs. Because the profile of what a modern AI native worker is required is fundamentally changed. And that is really the mission of Sri City International University. Because it is about depth of understanding of the subject matter and being able to apply that, coming together at the same time, that essentially is what creates an AI native worker that will outcompete every other worker in the industry today. So it is truly a privilege to have this opportunity. I had the good fortune of meeting the Honorable Chief Minister about almost 20 years ago when I hosted him at Cisco. And from that time to the meeting we had this morning, his message has always been the same. Come back and do something for your country that gave you so much. And I think that's really what motivates a lot of us here today to be able to take this mission forward. We have all, have the fortune of being exposed to the latest and greatest technologies and being able to work with some of the brightest minds. We want to bring that here to Sri City International University to prepare that next generation worker, next generation student. So thank you again for the opportunity to be here.
Now it is time to launch the university. So we want request our chief guest, Honorable Minister Garu, to officially launch the university.
You all stand. Why we come to?
Here, it is going to come here.
Now it is time we have been waiting for to hear from the young dynamic leader who has changed. You have seen all his, this thing. He is the Minister for IT, Electronics, which we are directly involved. More importantly for this, what we are doing, he is also the Minister for HRD, Human Resources Development, and also he is the Minister for RTG, Real-Time Governance. So what else? You all know, we already talked about how energetic, dynamic, and we have seen, at least both Srini and myself, we know him from his Carnegie Mellon days onwards, at least maybe Srini before that, but for me at least Carnegie Mellon days, World Bank. He was in World Bank when I was in Washington DC, he was in World Bank, so we had a few opportunities to interact with him. Then he went to Stanford. So who else? We are so lucky to have a young minister, not only related to the chief minister, but who studied in the best institutions possible and worked in the best institution like in the World Bank and now leading. So that's the reason why all these people have been waiting, sir, for your talk. And even though he has come before, this is the first time it is happening in Sri City domain. The other two times, once it was in Foxconn, the other one was LG, the Carrier. But first time you are in the Sri City premises, sir. We are very happy and proud that. And I also want to tell you I think only few of us know. When we thought of this project, first person we discussed before going to meet Honorable Chief Minister at that time was Lokesh Garu, the current Chief Minister. I wanted to meet him. It is Professor Raj Reddy Garu who sent you the message, and you arranged the interview, appointment with Chandrababu Garu. Me and Srini went and met him to discuss about this idea. So it is one of those rare moments to hear from a person who was involved from day one of this whole project. So thank you, sir, for coming. And also, he set the date, July 2nd. And it has brought us so much fortune. Honorable Chief Minister was here yesterday and today morning. And he is coming from Tirumala. And also another important thing is, just so happened that there is a temple here in Sri City neighborhood, which is at least 1,200-year-old temple, and which was probably not, according to the archaeologists, not in use for last 300, 400 years. From last 18 years, we wanted to revive that temple, but some reason or the other happened. Recently, Chinmaya Mission came forward, and they also selected today, July 2nd, as the date. So this morning, we had a very good puja there and everything. So you please, this is a great opportunity, sir, to hear from you. Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My sincere apologies for being late. I'm never late. I'm Japanese efficient, but today, unfortunately, clearly the machine has broken down. To Srini Raju Garu on the dais, to Ravi Sana Reddy Garu, distinguished founders, members of the board, industry leaders, faculty members, Andarki na Namaskaram. It gives me an immense pleasure to be here to lay the first step in the Sri City International University. I would like to congratulate Srini Raju Garu to taking this from an idea and to actually executing on it. So whenever I meet Srini Raju Garu, I always have a lot of asks. And that's my job. And I keep telling him that he needs to do more for Andhra Pradesh. And he's a man of very few words. He actually gets it done. And I'd like to thank Srini Raju Garu for really building a world-class institution now here in the great state of Andhra Pradesh. It's truly a gift to the youth of Andhra Pradesh. I believe this is just the beginning. And as we discussed while we're driving in here, 5,000 students per year to start off in this campus. I'd like to just put all the stars, terms and conditions applied. 5,000 students per year in this campus, but I'm sure we'll do a lot more as we go about in our journey. Many of you know me as the IT Minister of Andhra Pradesh. I keep telling that is my India hat. But something that I'm more passionate about is actually my education hat, my Bharat hat. I'm also the HRD Minister for this great state. I truly believe that we need to unlock human capital and human potential. Only then we can deliver a lot of things. Yes, technology does change the world, no second thoughts about it, but it's education that creates people who bring about that change. And that is why education should be central to whatever we do. And that is why this event is very close to my heart. And thank you very much for having me here. I think we agreed on this day when we first met and said July 2nd we are going to do it. There's not going to be any changes, and I'd like to thank you for not changing that date. Today is not just merely starting another higher education institution or a university. I believe that it is a new way of thinking about higher education. It is what India really needs. There's a lot of debate yesterday and day before yesterday because I was with the Honorable President of India, and I met a lot of ministers, including Dharmendra Pradhanji, and we discussed about the way forward for the Indian higher education system. And there's a lot of debate on, there's a need for a reset on a lot of the degrees that we actually offer. For many years, universities were measured on the number of graduating students or degrees that they offer. But going forward, I believe that we will all be judged by the transformation that we will do to humanity. So today, a degree alone is not enough. It is about enabling our students to solve problems, adapt to technology, and become lifelong learners. And I believe that Sri City International University is actually built to deliver that vision. India, as we all know, is going through inspiring times. Close to 65% of our population is under the age of 35. So it's the way you look at glass, half full or half empty. So we have to look at it both ways. This demographic dividend can become our greatest strength or our greatest challenge. And as a young politician, I'm very cognizant to both. If I was a little bit older, I could have blamed the next generation. But I'm very young, so I know that this responsibility is riding on young politicians like me. Under our visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, a lot of changes are happening in the education system, starting with NEP to the Startup India policy to Skill India to Vikasit Bharat. It's giving us a sense of direction, a goal that India should achieve. And honestly, our Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan ji has also been pushing the states quite hard to look at innovative models, to lead from the front, because he understands that if one state gets it done in India today, the rest of the states, not all, but majority of the states will actually compete. And that's the message he gave me day for yesterday when we spoke about this institution. Inspired, of course, with Vikasit Bharat, I have a very tough boss. My chief minister might be 75-year-old. Pardon, he's 76. So I believe that there are 3 25-year-olds in him, plus one newborn baby. And I'm the person stuck meeting him every day at 9:30 in the morning. Yeah, that's why my beard is graying faster. And my Whoop page is actually showing that I'm older than I should be. But our goal is very clear. We want this state to lead the economic revolution of India. We are a $220 billion economy aspiring to be a $2.4 trillion economy by 2047. And for the leaders on the dais, off the dais, who know my chief minister, if he dreams, he delivers. He's a very impatient visionary. So he is driving us in that direction. We believe that this will be powered by the growth clusters. Sri City is one of that growth clusters. So imagine 22 such growth clusters. A space city, a drone city, an automotive city, a glass city. Of course, we have the AC city here. A compressed biogas city, Quantum Valley, an aqua city. Look at the opportunities that we present. That is where the education minister or the HRD minister has a much larger role to play. We believe that there needs to be a tight integration with the industrial ecosystem we're building and the education ecosystem that is required. When I travel across the world, when I meet world-class universities, I actually go to their centers of excellence. I go to their research centers. And for me, what's even more exciting is to bring those research centers to come here. And actually tie up with, of course, Sri City International University, with the IIT Tirupati, with the IIIT here, and bring those research centers to the great state of Andhra Pradesh. I was recently in Russia. I had a chance to meet the leadership at Rosatom, and they have an institute just to focus on material sciences. So I'm now bringing them to Andhra University to help us really build the entire rare earth metal corridor in the northern part of Andhra Pradesh. So this kind of a tight integration is required for these industrial clusters to thrive. And Sri City is one of, I'm betting big on them. Clearly, they have reduced my load of creating additional 75,000 jobs. So you're going to do it by 2029. I'm setting the deadline. 200 companies already here from 31 countries. What you're doing here is really magical, transformative, and you are an example of what India can actually do. So I'd like to thank both Srini Rajagaru and Ravisana Reddy for achieving this over the last 2 decades. It takes a lot of commitment. It's very important to dream this. So I don't think Srini Rajagaru gets much dreams because he lives it every day. He's a big dreamer and then he of course drives all of us to achieve. So what really gets me excited about the SIU here are three things. The first one is the work study model. I'm calling it the LEG model. Learn, earn and graduate. Learn, earn and graduate. I think this is very, very important. You know, when Srini Rajagaru told me about this, we were driving, I think, to Career Foundation and he was very kind enough to come for that and he was explaining this to me. It was very inspiring and I spoke about this model to multiple industry leaders and academicians and they said this is exactly what India needs. And education should not merely stop when you graduate. I believe that's actually the beginning of lifelong learning. And you have to learn, unlearn and learn more. And I believe that the LEG model is going to really transform our entire education system. The second part is how you're going to use and integrate AI. We just heard from the investors in Anthropic. Thank you for not letting us know. You should have let us know ahead of time. I'd have made some money. Yeah, being a minister in Andhra Pradesh doesn't pay much. But AI is a way of life. And I agree with you that every industrial revolution has created more jobs than it has replaced. But those jobs are created in geographies where people were ready for it. People were ready to embrace it. AI is one such great opportunity. And as a HRD minister and an IT minister, I see AI to be an enabler. And you've hit the nail on its head saying that you're not able to find the AI engineers today. AI is going to transform our entire life. Today, as a politician, we are using AI in politics. We actually, as a political party, have a digital library, 2 terabits of data. And we're using AI so that if I'm having, I'm in a press meet and I want to address the press, I can actually type and get all the information real time. It'll tell me, it'll guide me on how can I have a good press meet. So imagine a political party is using it as a tool just for, digital library. Imagine the opportunities that are available. So it's really exciting to hear that AI is going to be integrated and going to be part of this entire institution. Of course, startup ecosystem is very important. I see my sisters here. They're really excited. I saw a big smile when they walked in. Startup ecosystem is very, very important because as a state, as government, as industry titans here, we will create jobs, no second thoughts about it. But all of us do understand that SMEs play a very, very important role. Young girls like them will create majority of the jobs. So my chief minister gave me a clear mandate. As I said, he loves to give amazing targets. One family, one entrepreneur. His point is every family should have an entrepreneur. That is where AI is going to play a very important role. He's been telling us that either they should create an AI use case or at least use AI. So a farmer, someone who's selling products on a push cart to a kirana store, to AI engineers. So every house should have an entrepreneur. And Srini Rajagaru, that is my third ask. I need your support on how do we roll this entire model out, and we have to create success stories. And that's where one family, one entrepreneur is going to be very, very critical for us. To investors who are here, who have already invested in Sri City, you do understand the power of what Srini Rajagaru has done here. As a state of Andhra Pradesh, I have a very clear mandate as we go about attracting new investments. We have now created a formal mechanism where we'll reach out to investors who have already invested in our state to understand if you have any challenges and resolve those. We will have, as you will ever expand, your needs will change, your energy profile will change, you might want more green energy to more different talent. We as a state are creating a desk just to help you to grow your business, to grow your organizations in the great state of Andhra Pradesh. So as I was sharing with the colleagues before I joined this meeting, I call it the 3S model. Why you should further invest in Andhra Pradesh. One is speed of doing business. Second is stability of what we do here. Our policies stand the test of time and politics. Third is service. So once we agree it's no longer your project, it becomes our project. I must say that this Sri City International University is a great example of this, where I was in Russia when I cleared this project. So I didn't even waste a minute. I knew that the file came to my login. I went through it and I was in Russia. I remember exactly where I was. I was going from one meeting to the other and we actually cleared this file. So that's the service that we offer to all our partners because we are, I believe, together we are nation builders. I believe India can grow at double digit. It would require the private sector, the political system, and the bureaucracy to work together. We're not independent. We have to work together. And Andhra Pradesh is a state that is already growing at double digit. We will grow faster, but we need all of your support. So thank you very much, Srini Rajaguru, for having me here. It's really inspiring. As everyone was saying, it's inspiring times. And it is truly inspiring. And I'm sure under your leadership, your vision, this model will show the way for our great nation. Thank you very much for having me, and Jai Hind.
Yeah, we don't make any longer Isuzu cars. Isuzu trucks we make, we can send one of them. While they're preparing for that, I want to share something with you. The video that you saw that about SAU, not done by some professional agency sitting from Bombay, Delhi. I want these girls to come forward and see. These 18-year-olds, they learned here. Okay, there are others who are not there, but I'm just, as an example, I'm just showing them. Please come here.
Come on the rest. Come.
And these girls are yet to join in the university. They just came little early. And they came from small villages. It's not that they came from cities or anything like that. If they can be transformed in a year from coming from a small village, talking, we tell them you speak in any language. Actually here, we don't call English, we call communication. They can mix and say, Nenu, I go, come here, whatever, that's all fine. Okay? So just wanted to show there are a few more that, they're not here, but just as a representative, I just want to tell you that that video is prepared by them with, of course, guidance of some senior people. Some of their other colleagues who have done it, they're not here. Just want to say that what is possible, that's why I just brought them here to the stage. We don't have a big car, but we have a
I love the way Gate Crash. That's what this university has. Gate Crash. Thank you. Last minute. I'll
Request Suresh Ramani, our acting Vice Chancellor, to give the vote of thanks. And while he's doing it, we have one of our Daikin customer, Nimmagadda Rao Garu, Nimmagadda Kutumrao Garu, who was our backbone for Daikin his person. He wanted to, he has your profile picture in his, his profile. Yeah, so he wanted to honor you.
On behalf of all the Japanese companies, CCT, and in particular Daikin, has invested almost 6,000 crores in CCT alone. We have given employment for almost 6,000 people, sir, and we are targeting about 10,000 people employment in CCT itself. So Daikin is having the biggest factories outside Japan in CCT alone in India, and we are the first companies to create the AC hub, which Nara Lokesh sir is talking about, to create in CCT. Thank you very much, sir, for your dynamic leadership.
Team to take a picture.
Request all the SIU team members to come forward so that we can have a picture with Honorable Minister Garu. All the SIU members, please.
Some can go to the back of the front.
Now I request all the family members to come forward, please. All the family members, friends and